and in this vid we're gonna go over how you can optimize upgrading your armor without wasting materials on pieces you don't actually need, and making sure we're only masterworking what's worth the materials so we don't get screwed economy wise in the process. So here you can see my awesomely sexy warlock sporting a variety of ornaments that mix and match pretty nicely, and these are from different seasons. Like I have the Liminal Voyager Bond, I have a Cormored Blade piece, and so on and so forth, but the base set, as you can see, is the Anka Seeker 4. So what I did when I started gearing up for Shadowkeep after the patch went live, I went to my boy Shax and I gave him about 2000 Crucible tokens. So I got armor that was highly rolled in each one of my slots. Now what I wanna tell you from the get-go is that I am not sure the community is exactly sure what the max rolls we can get are. But what we can take out from what we see here is that, for example, I'm wearing the Anka Seeker 4 chest piece with 57 total roll, which is not bad, but I have a Liminal Voyager here that's 61. So 61 is 4 higher than this, and I know that if I masterwork this one I will be getting +2 in every single one of my stats, but I am still keeping this just in case until I can optimize my armor. So step 1, do not dismantle all your old gear. Start getting new gear, get well-rolled gear with the elemental affinity, the total stat roll, and the stat distribution that you want. Start upgrading it but getting the new materials, and then if it overlaps the effectiveness of an older piece, just dismantle it and leave it like that. Step 2, you do not need to masterwork everything to have them being useful. Like for example this Crown of Tempests. I pulled it from collection so I would have the Armor 2.0 variety, and because I'm trying to use this new almost max stability Redrix's broadsword that I'm hearing is gonna be all the hit this season, what I am doing is I get the weapon I wanna use initially, I go to my helmet, I spec for the kind of usage I want, scatter projectile in this case, and then I complement it with the rest of my pieces: rifle loader, unflinching rifle aim, rifle dexterity, and here I have some major resist absolution and snap load finisher because I wanna, well, you know, get accustomed to finishers and so on and so forth. So go to one of the vendors and start getting armored. Now for boots, the best I've come up with is 56, 61 on an old piece on the chest and 57 on a new chest, 51 on gloves, and 55, that's the substitutional alloy hood I want because I have the season pass. This has been the best one I've had, and I've had the 53 here as well on my Anka Seeker. The third thing you want to know is that to infuse a single piece of equipment on the same exact kind of piece of equipment, it only takes 1000 glimmers, so you can just go ham with it, have the pieces you want as high power level as possible. So if you only get stuff from one vendor, it will be very easy to keep the stuff you want to use as high as possible. Of course, as you probably know, just having the highest power level item in your inventory will make sure that your drops come in relation to that. So for example, I'm using this 761 Crown of Tempest because I pulled it from collections, but this Anka Seeker 4 here is 777, not my highest piece, but surely better than what I'm wearing right now. So by keeping it here, I make sure I get higher level drops as I progress in the campaign. So upgrade to the extent that you need at the moment. Don't go over 5 or 6. Make sure you get the mods you want for what you're gonna be using. I made a video about how to get a plethora of new mods for your armor pieces, and you can find it in the pop-up here. So I will be covering everything in Shadowkeep that I can get my hands on. Sub, like, and share if you wanna see more, and until next time, be well, stay frosty, and always strive for perfection. Cheers.